Hello, hello, hello. I don't know who I am in the system, but in the interest of actually posting a proper update, I am holding the camera because the setup is stupid. I don't know what happened. I'm sure this probably is going to have to be bleeped for the YouTube, and I don't really care. I don't know who we are. I don't know, and I don't care. I really don't. Hi, we are IllumināDID. We are a DID system that works to dispel stigma surrounding the disorder and be a support system and an educational network for systems, their families, and their care teams. If you don't like to be called a system, I will have to figure out a different word for it. I don't know it yet. I apologize. I don't know who I am, don't know my name, don't really care, not really interested in that. I am interested in posting an update on time, like we're supposed to post, and since we haven't properly filmed the script that Calliope wrote, and I am not in the business of filming that update, I'm just filming something for this, because sticking to a schedule is horrific and stupid, and it's very difficult to stick to a schedule when you have the most extreme form of PTSD that exists on this planet, and no one around you understands it in any capacity. But that's okay. That's okay, because a lot of people around you are not going to understand what it's like to live with symptoms that flare up at the drop of a hat, you know. Even when you tell those people. But you can't tell those people, because when you tell those people get defensive because they don't mean to either. So it's fine. So we're working with the symptoms that we have. And this morning was quite a horrible, triggering situation to deal with, because as try as we might to stop screaming and yelling when we get triggered, no one else in this house seems to have to do that. Everyone else can do whatever they want, and it's fine. It's fine. But it's not fine. It's not fine. It derails everything we do, and it's been derailing everything that we've been trying to do since November. And the point of the update that we had scripted was to talk about those triggers and how it's all a setback when it comes to the living situation, even though the living situation isn't actively the same as the trauma that we went through. No, it's not. But god damn, does it sure fucking trigger all of it. But you can't tell the person doing the triggering because they don't mean to. So you just have to be fine with it. The third party can't do anything because you can't do anything to change other people's behavior. You just have to be fine with it. Learn to live with your triggers, basically. This year has been all about learning how to deal with family triggers, and triggers that you can't change, and triggers that will never change, and triggers that you can never talk about. That's what this month has been. That's what this year has been. This entire year has been dealing with triggers from people that you just can't talk to about it. Because they don't care, they don't know, doesn't matter, it all works out to be the same thing. It all works out the same. So, if we've been bad with updates this year, we're sorry. It's not good here. But we're trying. We really are. We have things scripted. But the emotional situation isn't okay. And it's also not in our control. All we can do is make sure that we don't lash out at everybody around us, which is what we do. We've come out of our closet. We're trying not to hide. We're trying to stay in the main area of the family home. We also tried to stop yelling. We also tried to stop slamming doors, but other people will slam doors and other people will yell, and it's fine. It just has to be fine. Anyway, I want to film this update. We do want to film this update. We're real sorry it hasn't been filmed yet. When we don't feel like we're gonna just randomly when triggers aren't every day, it'll happen eventually. I'm sorry that it's taking so long. I am sick and tired of having to deal with all the damn triggers we have, but we also can't not have them because we live with someone who just triggers them daily. On work days, it's work stress. On off days, it's I'm home all the time stress. Somehow the one person who we're trying to help and trying to actually be there for thinks we're just assholes and we treat everybody like crap around us. So it's fine. It's fine. It's not my husband, just to be clear. It's absolutely not. It's an in-law. Wonderful, wonderful mothers-in-law. They're great. Wonderful. I read all the Reddit posts. She's not as bad as Reddit on a manipulative level, but she is about as inconsiderate. And that's fine. I just have to learn how to cope with that. And that is why we aren't able to do much, because we're just trying to cope with existing. So our apologies for not being able to post a proper update. In the interest of getting something out today, I wanted to film something, so here it is. We're going to edit it and throw it together. Edit, whatever the fuck. I hate that word. We're going to edit it and throw it together. I don't know who's going to edit it, because it's not going to be me, because I don't know how this works. But anyway, thanks for listening to our ranting. Hopefully the next video will actually be educational and not me just trying to vent, because I've been wanting to get this stupid video filmed and we just can't. Every time we try something, we woke up, like, today was just the first 2 hours of being awake at 7 to, 9 was shaking because we're terrified of other people in this house. But anyway, yeah, we're real sorry for, it's been really bad here on an emotional trigger level. On a programming trigger level, it's been great because we've had a lot of people healing and stuff like that, and I want to talk about that in the proper update, but just trying to exist on a day-to-day basis has gotten worse because we live with people that make it really, really difficult. Let me disclaim, it is not our husband. Anyway, talk to y'all later. We'll be back. Thanks for listening to this rant, and I'd like to apologize for subjecting you to that bit of incoherence from us, but thank you if you bothered watching all the way through. We appreciate you being here for us and listening to our emotional issues, because Lord knows we don't have any IRL friends that we can talk to except our sister, who lives 3,000 miles away. So, thanks. We appreciate it. Talk to you later, or something. Bye.